Is PC gaming replacing console gaming? Now, in my opinion, yes, it is. And there is a news article to back this up as well. I mean, I'm just talking from my personal experience. I've actually switched to PC from console in the last sort of year, and it has been the best thing I've ever done. I love it. It's cheaper gaming as in terms of buying the game. Sorry, obviously the hardware is not. That's one of the biggest kind of bad things against PC gaming. But once you're past that point, the games are far cheaper and the performance is 10 times greater. I personally absolutely have loved it. But we're going to be talking about this article here today that has confirmed that Steam has now hit a new record at 30 million concurrent users, and that was just reached on Sunday. So Steam has reached this new milestone. It was actually 30 million and 24,670 according to the Steam charts. As reported by PC Gamer, the platform has grown exponentially in recent years, with the publication notion that it took 14 years for Steam to grow to 15 million concurrent users, but only 5 to reach the following 15 million. Prior to Valve publishing CCU numbers, data platform SteamDB, which also recorded an all-time high of 30 million on Sunday, was the reference. Back in November 2021, SteamDB reported that Steam had reached 27 million CCU. SteamDB reported that out of the 30 plus million players logged into Steam or having a Steam account on Sunday, 8.5 million players were actually in-game at this time, which is ridiculous. This is a huge amount of people and a huge growth. Since just November, less than a year, we've gone from 27 million to over 30 million, over 3 million in growth in 1 year, which is absolutely insane. So, this brings me on to the next point. Is PC gaming dominating? Is it taking over console gaming? Yes and no. I personally think console gaming, for the next few years at least, next 10 plus years, I would say, or a long time, I don't know, but a long time, console gaming is still going to exist. There is going to be a PlayStation 6 and an Xbox Series X2, whatever you want to call it. There will be. There absolutely will be. I've seen a lot of articles, a lot of people on Twitter claiming that PC gaming is replacing console gaming and it's going to be taking over, and it's not happening, guys. I'm a PC gamer myself, as I said at the start of this video, but it's not going to replace it permanently. Console gaming is still going to be around, and console gaming now doesn't span from just consoles. This spans from things like Microsoft building Game Pass into some TVs nowadays. The little stick that they have, that is playing on Xbox. So whether you class it as console gaming or not, it's kind of down to you, but it still is in the same realm as console gaming. PC gaming is obviously very expensive, high, or not always, cheaper PCs as well, but PC gaming is very much mouse and keyboard. You can plug it into your TV like I do and use a controller if you like, but it's very, very separate compared to consoles. Personally, I have loved PC gaming. As I've said at the start of this video, I loved switching to it. Just playing games at native 4K, 120 FPS on my TV, things that consoles just simply can't achieve. My cat is right in front of me right now, and she's staring very deeply into my soul. But yes, PC gaming, in my opinion, is something that cannot be beaten in terms of graphical fidelity and frame rates that you're getting on screen. This is something that just consoles cannot physically match. It's not going to happen. You got to remember, these are very expensive PCs, like the one that I've bought myself. You don't always have to have expensive PCs. You can go for a lot cheaper systems. Obviously, you will be reducing that performance, but there are a ton of people that have now started to realize, well, I can get all my Xbox games on PC, they come day and date to PC, and now PlayStation games, a lot of those games, whether it's a year later or not, those games will be coming to PC in the future. All those games on PlayStation are coming to PC, much like we've seen Uncharted. We've seen that game come to PC. Even Sackboy has come to PC. Returnal was still heavily rumored coming to PC. We've had confirmation that Last of Us Part 1 is coming to PC. God of War has come to PC. Days Gone has come to PC. I'm sure there's more that I'm forgetting. I'm sure there is tons more that I'm forgetting. But at the same time, God of War Ragnarok is launching very soon, and that game's going to come to PC in a year or 2 years. Doesn't matter. It's still coming to PC eventually. So I think a lot of people have realized that this is the ultimate gaming platform now. You have all these exclusives available on one platform. A lot of people say, oh, well, I need to buy both a PlayStation and an Xbox Series X because I want to play both sides of the game. So that's going to cost me £1,000 in the UK. Well, for £1,000, especially if you use second-hand market and you do build it yourself, you could easily build a better, more powerful system, a more powerful PC than those consoles. Not to mention the game prices. You can go and pick up God of War. Actually, that's a bad example because that's a fairly old game. But Spider-Man, Miles Morales on PC, you can go and pick that up for £20. It's not even launched yet. You can pre-order the CD key from certain websites for Steam for £20 here in the UK. It's absolutely insane how cheap the games are. So you could combine buying your Series X and your PlayStation 5, £1,000, and then take off the game prices. You could build yourself a very decent PC for £1,000, as I said, especially if you go on the second-hand market. No, you're not going to get an RTX 4090. Of course you're not. The graphics card alone would be more expensive than the £1,000. But that is what you could do, and you could save for a little bit longer to get yourself a slightly better PC. I'm not saying you have to do this. I'm just saying this is the option now. You got to remember, before it was a case of PC is a very separate thing. Now you're having all the games from consoles coming to PC anyway. So it seems like a very viable option. You have all these people on Twitter saying they have loads of money to go and buy £70 or $70 PlayStation games. But then when you talk to them about the PC argument, they suddenly have no money to go and buy a PC. So, it's ridiculously expensive. I don't want to spend that much. Well, it's like, well, hang on a minute. You're bragging about how you can spend £70 on console games at the moment, yet you can't afford a PC. Like, it's kind of ridiculous, the arguments these certain types of people come up with. I understand there's a lot of people who can't afford a PC, myself included, until recently when I could. Before that, there's no way I could. I was, doing console gaming for pretty much all my life. Until recently, I've switched to PC and seen the light that you really can get the best experience for a lot of money, but it is the best experience for gaming. And, you've got to remember, people who are really hardcore into this sort of stuff, like myself now, are willing to spend that much on gaming. A lot of the people you guys who are watching this video, for example, probably the chances are you're a lot more into gaming than the average consumer. You're not just playing Call of Duty and FIFA every year. You're probably playing more games than that. You're classed as a more, I hate the word hardcore gamer, but you are classed as someone who plays games more often than the average person. So you people even watching this video probably are more inclined to want to spend more money on a PC because you're more into gaming and you want to play more games at higher frame rates and higher resolutions. Personally, that's why I switched, as I made my video nearly a year ago now, and I plan on doing an updated video talking about my experience switching to PC 1 year later because I've really, really, really enjoyed it. But that's pretty much it for this video. I don't have a lot more to say. If there's any questions you guys have about the switching to PC, I do want to make a video at some point on how I use my PC on here. I can use the entire thing with my controller. I can boot the games. I can log into any accounts from my controller. I can do everything that I could do on a console with a cable running an HDMI 2.1 cable from my RTX 3080 at the moment to this 4K 120Hz TV behind me. And it is literally a far better experience than it has been on console. Yes, there's some hiccups. Yes, there's some things you have to work around. And I've worked around those now. A lot of people are afraid to jump to PC because they're like, well, I want the simplicity of a console. I just want to boot it up, play the games, and that's fine. And I'm not saying you have to switch for that reason. Tons of people stay on console for that specific reason. I'm just saying there are workarounds. More and more people are seeing that that is available to them. They can just boot things up on their big TVs like they would on a console. And more people are realizing this, hence the massive growth in Steam users. It is something that is picking up fast. PC gaming is being more adopted than ever, especially throughout lockdown and stuff. People were buying more high-end PCs, and it's clear that over 3 million Steam user growth in the last year, less than a year, in fact, is absolutely insane. But that's it from me. This has been Major Ben Gaming. Please leave a like. Please subscribe if you've enjoyed this video. And I'll see you in future videos, guys. Bye-bye for now.